Hold up!
Hi, Sheriff. Guess you caught me this time.
I've been tracking you ever since you butchered that Diamond 2K steer, Bill. You put me in kind of a spot.
What do you want me to do, watch my wife and kids starve?
You caught him, eh, Sheriff? Good work.
Looks like you can count on 2 votes from the Cole brothers next election.
We'll handle it now, Sheriff. You've done your bit, and we thank you for it.
You can't leave me here. They'll kill me. You know they will.
Oh, how you talk, Don. We were thinking of asking you over the house. Thought we'd have an old-fashioned steak fry long as you went all that bother.
Now, look, Bert.
Don't give it a thought, Sheriff. We know what we're doing.
Just don't go too far.
Sam, hate to bother you reading, but the mail just got in.
Yes?
Well, I opened it.
Well, good.
There's something here I thought you'd ought to see. Well, you've been in Cholla Mesa where this letter comes from?
About 2 years ago. Sheriff up there is Clifford Shaw. A good man by all reports.
Whoever wrote this doesn't think so.
He's either a coward or criminally derelict in the performance of his duty. Doesn't think much of himself either. He didn't sign the letter.
I suppose the best thing to do is forget about it.
I'm not sure. The letter mentions the Cole brothers killing that homesteader up there, William Downs. Remember, Shaw filed a routine report on it last week.
I broke out the report.
What about the file on the Colbs?
That too.
Did you find anything interesting?
Well, the Cole brothers between them have killed 11 men. 4 of the 11, including Downs, since they moved their brand to Cholla Mesa. No arrests, Sam.
No arrests. 11 men gunned down, and no judge or jury has ever heard a single word of testimony.
How'd they get away with it, Sam?
I don't know, but I think I'd better find out.
How's the new book, Sam? Any good?
Mm-hmm.
Want to leave it with me? I get to read it while you're gone.
Sure.
Sam, what kind of a book is this?
Socrates?
Well, what's it written in?
Greek?
Greek?
I don't think Socrates could write in English, Billy.
Hey, you're getting pretty good. One of these days, if I'm not careful, you're gonna take me.
It's okay, Ollie. You're all right.
You're bad. Well, Sam Buckfry.
Oh, Sheriff, it's quite an arm lock you got there.
Well, we have to do something to break the monotony and show Mesa. All right, everybody have a drink, and it's on me.
Here we go.
Good to see you, Sam. It's been a long time.
There we are.
I think you're one short, Cal. I need a glass for my friend Sam. How about you, Rick? Didn't you hear me, Cal? I said I need a glass for my friend.
Never mind, Sheriff.
I don't serve Indians in this saloon, Sheriff.
You're serving a United States Marshal, you understand? Get him a glass. So everybody drink up. Good to see you.
More coffee, Mr. Buckhart?
No, thank you, Mrs. Shaw. The dinner was wonderful.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, honey. Yes, sir, that Ollie's getting good. He's learning my tricks. If I'm not careful, one of these days he's going to pin me.
Well, I can't imagine anyone pinning you, darling.
Well, that's so, Mrs. Shaw. Your husband takes care of himself very well.
Yes, Cliff always takes care of himself. Very well, Mr. Buckhart.
That's what a man's supposed to do, isn't it, Sam? If you don't look out for yourself, nobody's going to do it for you. That's what I always say.
Yes, that's what you always say. And I believe you mean it.
Well, enough of wrestling talk for tonight. What brings you to Troy? Anything I can help you with?
Well, I want to talk to the Cole brothers tomorrow afternoon in your office.
Bert and Wally?
Can you have them there?
Well, I don't know if they'll want to come. It's a pretty busy time of the year.
And use this.
Subpoena? Can you tell me what it's all about?
They killed a man named William Downs.
Oh, that's right. He was trespassing on their range. He butchered a steer that was clearly marked with their brand. I investigated the whole thing.
I know. I read your report before I left Santa Fe.
Anything wrong with it?
No, not with the report. But Downs is the 11th man the Cole boys have killed.
Only 4 of them around here in my jurisdiction.
I know. I think it's time they answered some questions.
Sam, this isn't going to be as easy as it seems. I know the Cole brothers. Now, subpoena or no subpoena, they're not going to come. Or if they do, it'd just be to make trouble.
Why? Their rights will be protected. I expect you to make that clear to them.
I know these men, Sam. I know the way they think. They are used to protecting their own rights in their own way.
11 men found that out, didn't they, Sheriff? Are the Cole boys the law in this territory, or are we?
Sam, listen to me. Now, I know what I'm saying. We are rousing a nest of rattlesnakes with a feather duster.
When you ride out there tomorrow morning, I want you to tell them I start the hearing at 2 o'clock.
And what if they come shooting?
In that case, we take their guns until the hearing is over.
Bert and Wally Cole? Sam, you're dreaming. A man would be crazy to try to take their guns.
See how right you were about my husband, Mr. Buckhart? Cliff takes real good care of himself.
Stay out of this, Edie.
Poor Cliff. Poor man.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Shaw. I didn't mean to upset your husband.
He'd be more upset if he knew about the letter that brought you here.
How do you know about the letter?
I wrote it.
Sheriff, send that Indian out here. You the lawman the sheriff told us about?
I am. You men are early. The hearing's at 2 o'clock.
Indian, we can tell time better than you.
Not gonna be any hearing. 2 o'clock or any other time.
Are you prepared to defy a federal subpoena?
We don't know any more about that than a red Indian knows about Sunday. We're just telling you, mister, to get on your horse and go back where you came from. We don't want no hearings.
First thing you know, every shirt-tail outfit in the country will be hollering for a lawman to drag the Cole brothers in for some nonsense hearing.
We aim to stop that right here.
Sheriff, tell your friend you're the law here in Cheyenne. Anytime we don't like the way you're doing your job, we'll elect somebody else.
Mr. Cole, this is a federal territory. The sheriff is responsible to the office of the U.S. Marshal. I'm not gonna argue with you. Be here at 2.
Talks real mean for an Indian. If you're smart, you won't be here at 2 o'clock.
I'll be here. So will you. You're under arrest. Sheriff, get the guns.
Sheriff, I'd think a long time before taking orders from this Indian. Because people are going to remember a long time. Particular people.
There are folks like us Coles might never forget it.
The guns.
I'm sorry, Sam. Bert's right. I've got to live here. It's my town.
You just kicked your town away.
You move pretty fast, Indian. Want to try racing a bullet for that gun of yours? Tell you the truth, you ain't got a lot to lose.
You did a bad thing drawing on us. I think it's about time you was whipped down a few sizes to fit your britches. Put a rope on him. When that Indian comes to, put him on his horse and see that he gets out of Choya. Just the way he is. And pass the word around. Anybody so much as gives him a drink of water will hear from me. And they won't like what they hear.
Edie! You heard what Bert said. They might circle back.
That's why I'm helping him. Someone's got to protect me.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Sheriff, the gun, I want it.
Sam, I'm taking all the chance I can right now. If Bert or Wally hear about this, they'll be back.
Oh, you'll be safe. I'll be glad to tell them it was my idea. If it'd been up to you, Sam has still been out there lying on the street where they left him. You and the other men in Choya Mesa.
Edie, stop nagging me. I've got to do what I think is best for us. Now, Sam, just try seeing it my way. Choya Mesa is a nice, quiet little town. No problems. I run it. The Cobes own the land for miles, all around it. Now, what happens on their land, they take care of. If I step out of line, they can dry this town up like a snail on a hot rock. Now, I had no choice but to chop that gun out of your hand.
You chopped more than the gun. You chopped respect for the law.
If you want respect, send in enough law to do the job. I am one man. There are 136 people in this town who make their living out of the coal branch. I'm not gonna ask them to starve so I can be a hero.
Well, I'm sure they'll miss very few meals on that account.
Now, Edie, please. This is between Sam and me.
You're wrong, Sheriff. You're fighting this with yourself. Now, I'm giving you one last chance to save a few of the pieces. The gun!
No. Where are you going?
Get my horse. I'm going after them.
Indian, what took you so long?
Where's your brother?
Bert? He figures we taught you a lesson. He's halfway back to the ranch by now. Me? I don't figure Indians got brains enough to know anything. That's why I came back.
How do you feel about shooting an unarmed man?
I ain't shooting an unarmed man. I'm shooting an unarmed Indian. That's different.
Look what you've done. You've shot Wally Kolb.
See how easy it is.
Sheriff, you're under arrest. Give me your gun.
Don't waste time on me, Sam. You've got one chance to get out alive before Bert finds out about this. Take it.
You heard what the sheriff said. Bert will tear this town out by the roots now. You better not be here.
None of us will be here. I'm taking you to Santa Fe. You better come along too, Mr. Shaw.
How far do you think you're gonna get, huh, Andy? How far?
Let's go.
Hold it! Here they come.
You get yours now, Indian.
This place over there. We can hold them off. Go ahead. Get him off. Put Kolb over there and sit down beside him.
What are you doing?
Give me your hand.
You think that's necessary?
You giving me reason to think otherwise?
Bert will kill him. Kill them both. What difference it make to you? She ain't your woman anymore.
All right, Indian. Come out with your hands up. I'll let the others go. 2 minutes. Think it over.
It's all right if you want to leave, Mr. Shaw. I don't suppose even Bert Kolb would shoot a woman.
Let me talk to him. Maybe we can make a deal. After all, we got something to bargain with.
I wouldn't count on that after he talks to his brother. Besides, I've got a better reason for staying. I'm seeing what a man should be for the first time. What a man can be. You don't know how important that is to a woman, Sam.
You hear that, Shaw? Your wife's sweet talking, that red Indian.
Sam, I've lived with a frightened man for 5 years. I know what it did to me, what it did to him. I saw his face the day he came home after the Kolb shot Bill Downs. And I knew all about it right then. And I knew it had to end.
I don't know about you, Sheriff. It sounds to me like she's saying that Indian's a better man than you.
Shut up.
Time's up, Indian. Over there, behind the wagon. All right, get over there with your horse. On the side of the shack. You, over there with him.
The building.
Getting a little hot for you, ain't it? Gonna get hotter.
About every minute, fire through the window. Don't worry about hitting anything. I just want them to think I'm still here.
He's dead. Ricochet. Sam, get me loose from him. You can handcuff me to that post if you have to.
You do, and you'll never take another breath.
Edie, I'm not gonna shoot him.
Well, then put down his gun.
No. I'm taking charge now. Hey, don't shoot! I want to talk. I just thought you'd want to know. One of your shots killed your brother.
You're lying. That Indian murdered him.
No, you did. And I'm arresting you.
Kill my brother? And arrest me for it? All right, Shaw. You try and take me. If you haven't forgot how it's done.
Bird, don't force me to shoot you.
You're all bark and no bite. Go ahead, draw.
Bird, I'm giving you fair warning.
Let's see if there's anything but yellow dog behind that badge. Draw!
I killed him, Sam. I killed Bert Kolb. He murdered Cliff, so I killed him. Cliff went out there to arrest him, Sam. Do you understand? He went out there to arrest him.
Yes, Mrs. Shaw. I understand.
Hello.
Hello.
Back to Santa Fe?
It's home.
Until last night, I didn't think that I had a home. But this morning, I know I belong in Choya Mesa. I'm staying here, Sam.
That's a good decision.
Sam, that letter that I wrote to Santa Fe, will it be kept in the files?
As a rule, it would be. That is, if there were a letter.
Thank you, Sam.